Welcome to the How Did I Do Academy. Here is a video to help you solve your chipping woes. There can be a real fear when going to grab your pitching wedge. Many of you might think, I'd rather putt it. Am I ever going to get this ball on the green? And it is, well, it's horrible. Sometimes it feels like you're being electrocuted as the club comes down to impact. I'm going to talk you through 3 problems that I see in players chipping and how to fix them. Hopefully you'll be one of them and we can build your confidence with the wedge. One of the first things I see is the knees buckling at impact. They move towards the ball, especially this back knee. And from this angle, you can see how the knee goes into the space of where the club should be. The whole bottom of your body just jelly legs. We see it even in tour golf sometimes. And when this happens, it's so easy to duff it and you could even thin it. So what you're going to do is grab yourself an alignment stick and you're going to do this. Put it at a diagonal on the ground, put your back foot over it and put your front foot just in front of it. And what you're going to feel that as you come down through impact, your weight is going to transfer this way along the alignment stick. So what that does is that keeps this knee in. If the alignment stick was the other way, this angle, and we followed the alignment stick, it would be exactly what we don't want to do. So grab your alignment stick, put your back foot through the middle of it, your front foot in front of it, and just feel through impact that those knees and those legs work along that alignment stick. You can see how from there this back knee stays in, and when it stays in we have more space and we can get a better strike because of it. When we've got less space, the club lifts up, doesn't sit correctly along the ground, and then things start to go really wrong. The second common mistake I see when chipping is a player's belief that you have to lift the ball in the air. Well, guess what? This is called a wedge. We've got a gap wedge, a pitching wedge, a sand wedge, and you have to think of it in that term. Remember when you wedge a door, the angle of that wedge is like this. So this is what we need the golf club to do. We have to have it coming at a downward angle of attack for the ball to run up the face. If we try and lift it, the angle's going this way through the ball. But remember, when we're wedging something, it's that way. What happens is that lifting action causes the triangle to break down. You see how that's more of a square now, not the triangle. Square, triangle. We want to keep thinking triangle. So your swing thought needs to be maintain the triangle and keep this elbow down and not up. As soon as this front elbow lifts up, the club will travel up at the same time. So the idea is create the wedge, as in a door wedge. So this club needs to travel down to the ball and keep this elbow down and in, not out and in front. If you're still struggling with this concept, a great way to feel it is to switch your grip. Think of Matt Fitzpatrick. He chips the wrong way round. So he has his glove hand at the bottom of the grip. And what this does is it forces this elbow to stay down and it forces this triangle together. So what happens is through the ball, the club travels down. So when you finish the shot, the club head is down here, not up here. The third most common thing I see when chipping is players getting their hands forward. It looks like cricket. I must hit the ball first. I do not want to fat it. And I must create that wedge that I was talking about in the previous segment. Right there. It's like the anti-fat shot, because if I keep my hands in front and over my left thigh or my front leg, then I can't fat it. Well, what happens then is the ball comes out hot, low and quick, and sometimes you stab it and it still doesn't go very far. So what I'd encourage you is to neutralise that setup. Because what often happens is, with these hands so far forward, you take it back too far and you don't follow through enough. One of the best ways to find out if you are this type of chipper is to video yourself. Grab your mobile phone, hand it to a friend, ask them to video you it, or just put it on a tripod. And you'll see how far you take it back and how much you stop on it. You want really the same length swing on the way back as on the way through. So we're going to start with neutralising the setup. You don't want the ball position on that back foot. You want it middle. Middle of your stance is fine. And then where your hands are, have a slight lean to them, ever so slightly. And when you come in, feel that slight lean. But certainly don't start too much like this. We're playing golf, not cricket. Think of it like a clock face. The ball is 6 o'clock. At the moment, you're up here. You're up at 10 o'clock. And then you're finishing down here at 5 o'clock. You want to think of it a little bit more like 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock or 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So I'm going to imagine here that I'm going to do the 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So I'm going to get a more neutral stance, ball position, middle, hands slightly forward, and think of that clock face. What this will encourage you to do is to turn the body through to the target, because you're thinking about what happens after you hit the ball as well as pre-hitting the ball. So after you hit the ball, the chest will then start turning towards the target and the ball will help run up the club face rather than just stab it. I hope this video has helped you with your chipping and given you a lot more confidence. Thank you all for watching this video. Please make sure you like, you comment and subscribe to our channel.